When you're homeless and have nowhere to turn, there's a kind of safety net in Newfoundland and Labrador.
Private, for-profit shelters. These shelters aren't providing any wraparound services at all. They're just providing what are oftentimes substandard, unsafe housing for individuals.
Dan Meade works with a non-profit transition housing association. He's been critical of the for-profit sector, saying it doesn't focus on the long term or do enough to help people escape homelessness. Shelter owners are obligated to give clients meals and a bed and nothing else.
They make more money having those beds filled. And so there's no incentive for a for-profit shelter to help somebody leave the shelter.
We pulled the numbers on these for-profit shelters. In the first half of last year, one person in St. John's stayed 203 straight days. That's at $140 a night. The most expensive stay was 93 days at $350 a night. With long stays and a high per diem, the budget for emergency housing exploded last year, and nobody made more than Leonard Fair. He took in $1.1 million, but he's not happy about it.
Look, I don't mind making money. I love making money, okay? But I hate for the government wasting money. And right now, it's a waste of money.
Fair runs 4 houses in St. John's. His revenue has quadrupled in the last 5 years. There's something important to understand about emergency shelters. They were always run by the Department of Advanced Education, Skills and Labor until last year when it was moved to NL Housing. And what happened? The budget for emergency housing went over by 40%, costing $5.1 million in 9 months. Len Fair has his theories on why.
Newfoundland and Labrador housing got caught with their pants down. They didn't know what they were doing, and they still don't know what they're doing. They should be following up. They're going around checking on shelters, fine, but they're not checking on the clients.
Now, it's very important to make a distinction here. Yes, a tragedy did happen outside of an emergency shelter last night, but everyone that we spoke to for this story wanted to make it clear they don't want to vilify the people who stay in these shelters. They just want government to find a better way to help them. And we wanted to speak with Minister Lisa Dempster for this story, but she was unavailable for comment this week. We did speak with End Homelessness St. John's, who say they have a new 5-year plan coming out soon, which will address issues around emergency shelters. Ryan Cook, CBC News, St. John's.